The C&M Seeds Wheat School is brought to you by Bear Crop Science. So Dean, we're getting close to guys thinking about going back out to the field and start planting. What are some of the things they need to consider before they get to the field in terms of their seeder?
I guess we want to start with double checking, common things, bearings, seals, double check your press wheels. And then once you get into your openers, double check, make sure you still got a nice bevel on the opener. If it's getting wore down past the bevel, it's time to get replacing. Another is your depth control on your press wheels. Make sure that they're tight, no play in them. If your drill has firming points that they're not wore down, you want to keep a nice firming point on there. On the air drills, probably a big thing is double checking that you have no damaged delivery tubes, air hoses, leaks on the tank itself around seals. If you don't get your proper distribution coming from the air cart, it doesn't matter what you're going to do with your depth.
Right. Is that actually a common mistake? Because guys don't, if they fill their drill, they're about to go start planting, but they haven't sealed the top patch?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, quite often I've seen it. Guys will start driving down the field and wonder why things are beeping at them, look back and they can see from the cab that the hatches are open.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So so for a lot of guys, what they'll do is, I'm assuming, is they seed it in the springtime. Right now we're really not that many months away from spring. They said, it was fine in the spring, and they just go out. Bad decision?
I would think it is, yes. It's just as important to check it over this time of the year heading into fall planting as it is, in March before you head into spring planting. Yeah, maybe it planted fine in the spring, but, depending on acres, you need to double check some of those points, your openers for wear. Bearings is a big one. Guys will think, it's fine, we can just carry on. You start getting openers that start moving around, you're changing your trench, so your seat placement can change.
Okay, when a guy is seeding, how often should he be greasing the machine? Is it a daily thing, or is it weekly, or what's?
Your bigger air drills, yes, I'd like to see it daily. The smaller drills, just because they're not covering the acreage, they can get away, every second or third day for greasing. There's a lot of pivot points on an air drill. They start seizing up. You don't get the opener moving with the lay of the land, then all of a sudden you're planting too deep on certain runs.
Just looking at the machine behind you, in terms of the Packer wheels, is there any management that needs to be done with those?
On the Packer wheels, yeah, you can space them out to be off to the side to give you a little more side firming, or on the top it's just a bushing you got to move. Bearings in there to check again, and grease.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. In terms of safety, I actually had a friend that the catwalk on top of the air cart is on the one side for a reason, and he was not paying attention. He actually fell off the other side and hurt his back pretty bad. In terms of safety, what are some of the safety things that somebody should be thinking about in terms of air carts?
As you can probably see on the one behind us, we've got the handrail, I'll call it, stay on the catwalk. If you do have to get into a tank for some reason, depending on what seed has been treated with or your fertilizer, it'd probably be a good idea to wear some sort of respiratory mask. I know guys have gone down in them, and it's not a problem. It's not like climbing into a manure tank or something, but some of the treatments on the seeds can be pretty potent. So.
Do you guys recommend that when you're filling the drill, the guys do wear just a air filter mask? Or?
Not so much there. One thing I would recommend, and again, I guess it's preference, but is maybe wear some plastic gloves so you're not getting that treatment on your hands. Some guys like to try and fill the tank to capacity.
Right.
So they're standing up on top and somebody at the bottom, and they're shooting it around with their hands.
Okay. In terms of the openers on the machine, what is the maintenance required on the openers?
Maintenance, for the most part, daily greasing, checking your bearings. Probably once a year, whether you want to do it this time in the fall or in the spring, would be trying to get as good a measurement as possible on the size of the disc to see what kind of wear you've got.